Hello and welcome to my Diary of Fatherhood. I am Joseph Oche, your partner in intentional parenting. Thanks for stopping by. My journal today is titled, Dad, I'd like to talk to you about how you spoke to John and me. We just returned from Agbenu's basketball game. She went into her room and changed from her uniform. She was wrapped in a towel, carrying her laundry basket and heading down. "Excuse me," she repeatedly asked John and Ofu, who adamantly played mischief and blocked her from descending the steps. Obviously, she was tired, gave up, and just stood watching. And so, in a firm voice, I said, "Can you get out of our way? She's been asking you to allow her to pass. Can't you see she's tired and not in the mood for play?" As they sluggishly got out of our way to their room, Agbenu made her way down and said, "Thank you, Daddy." I looked at her and nodded in affirmation. It was intentional, so it doesn't seem like I'm rubbing it in. Soon after, Ofu came and met me in my bedroom and said, "Dad, I'd like to talk to you about how you spoke to John and me at the steps just now." "Sure," I said. And so he said, "You know, after you told us to get out of Mama's way, I went with John to his room and I saw that his face was sad. I asked him and he said he was fine, but I know he felt hurt. I think your voice was too harsh." "Come here," I said gently. He did, and I hugged him. And so I said, "You know, I am so proud of you for always being kind and looking out for your siblings and others. I hope they will remember to do the same for you when you feel sad." He smiled gently and said, "Thanks." "What about you?" I asked. "What do you mean?" he asked for clarification. And I said, "How do you feel?" And he replied, "I felt hot too, but I'm okay." And so I said, "I am sorry that you and John feel hurt. I also like that you came to talk to me about it. I want you to keep doing so." See, I had to speak in a firm tone because the play was getting out of hand. Mama was carrying her laundry basket and asked you guys to excuse her many times, but you continued with the play. She was tired and getting frustrated. That's why I stepped in and spoke the way I did. Remember, she was in a towel. What if it gave way while standing and carrying her basket as you and John played on? Would that be nice?" "No," he replied. And so I said, "Good. As guys, we should be helping ladies. But if we can't help them, let's not be in their way. See, Mom just finished washing the paint brushes from John's Eagle Scout project. I could have washed them, but since I didn't bother her. And I cleaned up the area after she finished. You see that?" And he said, "Yeah." And so I said, "I know that the three of you play a lot together, and that is good. I want you guys to continue. But I want you to know when others are not in a play mode or when it is inappropriate to play. And this is not just for home, but in school and other places, because this is why one can get into trouble because of just a simple play. Okay? And he said, okay. And again, I said, I am happy that you came to talk to me about it. Thank you. You're welcome, he said. And then he asked, will you write a story about this in Diary of Fatherhood? I smiled and said, if you want me to, would you like me to write a story about it? And he said, yes. And so I said, deal. We hugged and he left. John popped in while Ofu and I were talking, but he left immediately. And so he returned to call my attention to something else after Ofu left my room. And after he did, I said, I don't know if you listened, but Ofu came to advocate for you because he felt you were hurt by how I spoke to you about the situation with Mama on the steps. I summarized my conversation with Ofu. He didn't say a word, but appeared remorseful. See, friends, I try to avoid lecturing too much, but sometimes I can't help it. And that is what fleshes up my stories. Right now, it's all that I have to help reset the mindset of my boys. And well, there was a lesson for each of us in this story. Ofu maintained kindness and advocacy as he always does. John was remorseful. Agbenu felt protected, and it reminded me to keep calm when under pressure. And finally, Ofu will be delighted to have inspired this story as he asked me to write it. And with that, I'm going to wrap things up for now. Thanks for listening, and if you are yet to subscribe, please be sure to do so, and you will receive notifications of current posts. And if you're listening on other platforms apart from my Diary of Fatherhood website, the link to the blog post is in the description section of this platform. Friends, this is not meant to be a monologue, but a dialogue, like I've always said. So please feel free to comment, like, and share so we can continue to have engaging discussions about parenting from diverse perspectives. Again, I am Joseph, your partner in intentional parenting. And until the next episode, it's goodbye for now.